Okay, so we have done an overview of what our repository looks like after it's been cloned. So let's just jump in and I can give you a demo here of what it looks like to get some work done uh, off of a main branch. So let's say we want to create a new feature. So what we're going to do is we're going to see which branches we have checked out here. So we have our master branch. Now our master branch is something that we never want to work on or commit with. We always want to check out of master branch and then go through our formal processes to merge our changes into master through Jira and GitLab and through our gatekeeper or committers, depending on how we determine that process will be set up. But long story short, we never want to commit directly to master because that's a place where a review needs to happen to make sure everything that comes in is not going to break any functionality, and also to make sure that everything that's going into master is something that our architects and different subject matter experts can all agree is beneficial and done correctly. So to check out a new branch, we simply do the checkout B command and give it a name. So let's call it new feature branch. Okay, so if we were to do our git branch command, we would be on our new feature branch. Now let's do a quick comparison here. So we have our git history, and if you remember just a few minutes ago, we saw that origin master was on this top line as well. Well, now we can see that our new feature branch is on this top line as well. So this indicates that this branch is up to date with the master that's up on our server. So that's excellent. We want to make sure that this is always as up to date as possible. So let's say locally we were to do some changes in our code base. So I will create a text file just to trigger a change in Git. So let's just call this new file.txt. So if we were to look, we could see that we have our new file just showing up, it's empty, but what we can do is we can do our git status. And we can see here that this shows us that we have a new file. So this has been picked up. However, as of right now, it is untracked because Git does not track files unless you tell it to, because it doesn't want to assume that everything you do is something that you want to commit up to master. But for this case here, we will make sure and add it. So what we can do is we can take this file and we'll say git add. So now if we check our status, oops, this change is ready to be committed. So this has been staged. So now all that is left to do is for us to actually commit this file. And just to keep this simpler, I will use the m command, which simply means, in quotation marks, add a git message for the commit. So I will say, so let's call this let's follow the standard for our sample commit messages, kind of like these up here. So let's just create a number for this, 909x, or just a 9. Add new file. So what we want to do is, remember, we want to put this in kind of a command format. So it's like we're commanding our repository to add this new file. That's how it should read. That's a good practice to have to keep the tenses and everything clean in our Git history. So we're going to commit that. And so this file has been added. Now if we check our history, what we'll see here is we have our new file. So this new commit has happened right here. And right below that is our origin master. And so right above that is our new feature branch. So we can see that this is where the master branch is. This is what everyone who uses the server sees as the most recent set of changes. And we have just gone past that by one commit. So this will be explained more in our section on rebasing, but you can think of this right here as where the origin master is. This is our base. So this is everyone's base, and everything we do is a new stage on top of the base. And so what happens is you can imagine that there are lots of developers working on the master branch and pushing to it all the time. So if we came in tomorrow and there was another commit on this branch, a rebase would simply put this change on the front. So this change would always be on the top of our list, but there'd be another commit message that would be squeezed in between the two of these, so that basically we're always working off of the same base that everyone else is. And like I said, this will be explained further on.